following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, back on a Friday night for the Turkey Hill Series at South Boston. The first time ever the Turkey Hill Series has come to this racetrack, the shortest racetrack of the season. And when you have short and track in the same sentence, that's a pretty good sign that we're going to have a good race here for the Southern States 360 laps of action around this 0.4-mile racetrack in South Boston, Virginia, not too far away from Martinsville, where the Chick-fil-A Cup Series will be racing tomorrow morning. And tonight, we got the Turkey Hill Series racing on another short track. So it's a short track weekend here on Napa Fan, and it is definitely going to be fun here tonight. There are no pit stops in this race. These guys are good to go to the end, so it's going to be a 60-lap shootout. They do not have to worry about fuel or tires for this one. It's such a small racetrack, I figured, you know what? Let's just keep them on the racetrack. It's only 60 laps, too. Only a 24-mile-long race. This is one of the shortest races of the season for these guys, and there really isn't any point in them having to come down the pit lane and kind of mess up what any action we might have on the racetrack anyway. So let's go ahead and keep them on the racetrack, and that's what we're going to do for this 60-lap event. So no pit stops here tonight. And it'll definitely add to the strategy. It'll definitely have an advantage for these upper front guys because kind of hard to work away from the back to the front at a short track. Let me just tell you that. And these guys, especially those in the back, and a lot of them are up there in the points too, they're going to have to work their way from the back to the front if they're going to have a chance at possibly getting this win. Coming into tonight's race, in the points standings, it is Nathan Faden with the points lead, driving the number 19, 125 points for him. Griffin Lynn is 13 points behind in the number 9. Alex Bongsinor is 15 points behind. Atlanta winner, Angel Olvera, is 16 points behind. And how about this guy? Ashland Boyd, he's 17 points behind. But he is going to lead the field to the green flag tomorrow morning in the STP 500 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Qualified his way in, was the fastest guy in the Uncharted qualifying session. Then he was the fastest guy in the overall qualifying session. So watch out for the Turkey Hill Series driver of Ashland Boyd. The Turkey Hill Series had Alex Bongsinor win in the Cup Series last weekend. We might have it again tomorrow. But tonight, it's time for the Turkey Hill Series drivers to shine, and they're going to do so right now. Let's give you guys the command to fire the engines here at South Boston.
Drivers, start your engines!
And a great command there to fire these guys up. Short track racing on a Friday night. Doesn't get any more American than that, now does it? I'm going to go ahead and wait for these guys to roll off so we can get the starting lineup. Ryan Madden on the pole position in the number 24. Fastest time in qualifying, and we did have qualifying broadcast on the NRLOA channel earlier today, so you can go ahead and check that out and see how everything went down. Had a lot of crashes. Alongside him, it's Jamie Lee in the 11. He failed to qualify for the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race at Martinsville earlier today, but he's starting on the outside pole for this one, looking to get a good run. Number 6 of Josh Crash is alongside Cookie Helms in row number 2. We got ourselves Noah Clifton in the number 3 alongside the 78 of Tyson Conway. Really good run for the rookie driver there. Has had a tough season. We got Angel Olvera in the number 21. He's starting alongside the 8 car of Nick Smith. And then it's the 44. Driven by Nathan Baird alongside our last winner here in the Turkey Hill Series, Alex Russell in the 00, who pulled off that shock win in his first ever Napa Fan start. Well, this one's going to be fun. That's all I can say. A very tight, packed racetrack. 0.4 miles. Ryan Madden, Jamie Lee. Pace cars pulled off. Green flag racing in the Southern States. 300. We're good to go at SoBo. Lap 1, led by Ryan Madden. Got the jump on Jamie Lee. Josh Crash to second. Noah Clifton on Jamie Lee for third. Josh Crash in the 6th to the inside of the 24. Not able to get the run quite yet. There he goes, side by side. Lap 2. Gonna be a madhouse here tonight. All this action back in here. A lot of good guys in the points. Alex Bonsignor third in the points. Deep in the field for this one. And, of course, he's our short track guy. He's our home tracks guy. And we got ourselves a little bit of an announcement coming up here shortly involving good old Alex Bonsignor. But it will have to do with this racetrack at some point throughout the event that we're going to do. So just stick around for that. But look at all these guys all over the place. There's Nathan Faden, our points leader, kind of midway through the field. And all those guys on the outside lane, they're kind of falling back. You see Alex Russell there in the 00. He started 10th. Well, he's outside the top 10 right now in the 00. On that outside lane, falling back. Pretty crazy out here. But it's Josh Crash leading the field in the number 6, holding off Ryan Madden, Noah Clifton, Micah Knapp. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was the ARCA Series when they came here. I'm pretty sure the ARCA Series came here. Micah Knapp almost got the win, but he was beat out by Andy Thomas in that one. And he had to wait for his first career victory at Talladega later on in the season. He did very well in that race, and I would not be surprised if he did very well in tonight's race here in the Turkey Hill Series. Nathan Baird shot up the racetrack there in the 44. And it's nice to see that we have yet to have a caution here either, so we get some good short track racing here at the South Boston Speedway, and we're looking for a good show tonight. And so far, no carnage on the racetrack. Great to see that out of these 40 drivers here at the South Boston Speedway. Alex Mann in the 89, he's in the top 10. And Alex Mann's doing pretty good in the points, top 10 in the points. Not get the best of runs at California last weekend, but he's trying to move his way through the field, and got a 7th or a 6th place run going for him right now in the number 89. Well, when Josh Crash took the lead away from Ryan Madden, he has not seen another position since. Madden trying to close in on him here, but he's not getting much going for him right now. But in that ARCA race, when Micah Knapp was very solid, Micah Knapp played quite a few laps in that race as well, but near the end, Andy Thomas got around him, so it's going to come down to how these guys race this racetrack. Could easily overshoot one of these corners here at South Boston and allow that guy behind you to close in, and you might want to watch for these guys possibly doing that here tonight. We've got a lot of double wide back in here, and they have kind of spread it out up front, but if we get a caution, they'll bunch right back up, and we'll be back to racing very intensely for the top few positions. Alex Bonsignor, or sorry, that's Nicholas Wade, but either way, Alex Bonsignor found his way to the inside, and not doing too bad now. He was at the end of the field not too long ago, 23rd right now for the 01 of Alex Bonsignor. Griffin Lynn in the number 9, doing very well in the number 9, and he is currently in the top 10, but being passed currently by the 48 car of Eli Bright. Here comes Nicholas Wade to the inside of Colton Yo. Carter Friesen behind the number 0 car of Nicholas Wade. He's had a tough season, but Nicholas Wade is now in the top 10 after 15 laps here at South Boston. Back up front, it is still the number 6 of Josh Crash, who started 3rd for this race. He got to the inside of Ryan Madden early on, but Madden trying to close in on the 6 and get around him again for the lead. Madden led lap number 1. Josh Crash has been out front ever since. Micah Knapp in the number 2. Running in the 3rd position, trying to close in on those guys. And it's Noah Clifton and Nathan Baird, the top 5 here in the Southern States 300. Take a look in the back of the field. And if this race goes along, we could see our leaders run into lap traffic. So it's possible that some of these guys could end up being lapped in this race. Fisher G's at the end of the field. Ashland Boyd in the number 14. Like I said, he's starting on the pole for tomorrow in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series at the Martinsville Speedway. But that success has not moved over here in the Turkey Hill Series right now, as he's deep in the field, kind of struggling in the number 14. And like I said, 5th in the points coming into this race. It's not how you keep that 5th place points position, by running deep in the field. It's a tough place to pass. Back in there, they're passing pretty well, but trying to move your way from the front, or from the back to the front, is kind of a difficult task. And you see Eli Bright trying to get around Alex Mann for the 6th position. And it does appear that that number 48 is going to do so. Ryan Mann trying to close in on the number 6 of Josh Crash, trying to run a different line, but there are no pit stops in this race, so you know, this could be it right here. Josh Crash has a really good advantage, but Madden is trying to close in, and let's not count out Micah Knapp. He's back in here as well, and if these two tangle, if they go side by side, that slows them down, and Micah Knapp will close right back in, and this is how that ARCA race went. Had a lot of single file action up front to begin the race, but as the race got along, they started to close in on each other, and we got a pretty good battle for the win. 24 of 60, not quite halfway here at the South Boston Speedway. We've been caution-free so far, and it's a true testament to these guys' talent. Keeping it together for now. There's some 3-wide action right there, however. That's Dale Salzman, Joseph Simuel, and Adam Lewis. And we might want to watch for this as they go through the corner, especially the 20 of Adam Lewis up high. But they're going to keep it together, and we remain green here at South Boston. More 3-wide as Trey Wright gets to the inside of Justin Zidell and Alex Bonsignor. And Bonsignor is falling back through the field again. Here's Ashlyn Boyd 3-wide to the inside of these guys. There's a lot of action going on here at South Boston, and especially deep in the field. Now, up front, it might not seem like we got much going on. Quite honestly, I thought we were going to have much more passing for the lead in this one, but Josh Crash, he's putting them to the test right now, but you got Cookie Helms coming off the final corner there. There's Josh Crash, and he's not too far behind, so we could have a situation where Josh Crash runs into Jordan Lopez. It's just a straight away from the leader to the end of the field, so it could be very interesting once we get to that point. We're not even halfway through this race yet. But we could see our leaders run into the lap traffic at the end of this race, and that could definitely prove pivotal to who wins this thing. Now Jordan Lopez is at the end of the field. Remember, Alex Russell, he started in the 10th position. Well, he's fallen back to the end of the line, and that gap between our leader and the end of the field is getting smaller every time here. And it's less than the straightaway now. See Josh Crash entering the corner. Well, there's the 23 just now leaving the corner. So I think there's no question that Josh Crash and our leaders are going to run in the lap traffic. The question is, how will it affect our leaders, and will it benefit guys like Ryan Madden and Micah Knapp? Madden is closing in here on Josh Crash. Now down to 0.3 of a second for the 24. So Josh Crash, he might have used up his tires just a little too much, and Madden trying to preserve him. That might be why he fell back a little bit there. Looking to close in on the number 6. He's closed in the past few laps here, trying to get the lead away from the number 6 of Josh Crash. Now Alex Russell and Alex Bonsignor are at the end of the field, and Josh Crash is going to have to run into these guys eventually. It could get very interesting for this lead. Lap 35 of 60 here in the Southern States 300. And been a nice clean race so far here at the South Boston Speedway. No cautions yet in this one. And that's a nice thing to see. I probably said it already, but it's good to see these guys just race it out. Just have a pure race for the win. And got Alex Bonsignor here at the end of the field. Justin Zidell is there. Here's Josh Crash. And the interesting thing about this is the leader could end up getting stuck on the outside with these lap cars trying to pass him. I guess if a caution were to come out, these guys, they don't want to be trapped a lap down, and very possible that Josh Crash could get stuck on the outside. That opens the door for the guys behind him, and I really think this lead battle is going to close in very quickly once Josh Crash hits the end of this field. Alex Russell, Alex Bonsignor at the end of this field. Angel Olvera, the Atlanta winner, he's back in here as well. A couple of winners so far this season, Alex Russell and Angel Olvera. Some 3-wide back in here. That's our points leader, Nathan Faden, who's going to tone it down a little bit and let those guys go. Good job by him avoiding an accident. We haven't even seen any signs of contact in this race either, so just very clean racing at a short track. Don't really see that every day, but we're seeing it here at South Boston. We got 20 laps to go here in the Southern States 300. So Josh Crash trying to hold on to the lead. Ryan Madden. Micah Knapp has been closing in on Ryan Madden here, and Micah Knapp might take the second position away. And there we go. There goes Josh Crash, lapping our points leader. That is not good at all for Nathan Faden, because Faden's most likely going to lose the points lead with his issue, and I think there might be a problem on this number 19. He seems to be going rather slow here, and he's falling off from the rest of the pack, so that's a tough break for Nathan Faden in this one. Take a look and see. Everybody's still out there on the racetrack, but Nathan Faden is obviously the slowest in an issue on the number 19. He's not going as fast as he should be. Josh Crash has closed up to the back of the field. He's to the inside of Justin Zidell. He's got to be careful to make sure that Zidell does not get to the inside of him. It's very possible that could happen, and with this double wide lap traffic, it could very well get interesting. Cameron Ganju has come down the pit lane, an issue on the number 7. And I'm not entirely sure what the deal is for him. Micah Knapp for second, and he's finally going to get around this 24 here. And a great run there for the number 2, but there are now 2 lap cars in between him and Josh Crash. But the thing is, Crash could end up getting stuck on the outside here if he's not careful. Let's look at ourselves, 15 laps to go. Anything is possible here in these last few laps. So Josh Crash going for his first win of the season. Micah Knapp going for a win as well. Trying to push the outside there on Adam Lewis, and you see Josh Crash kind of hanging back in here, but here we go. Justin Zidell to the inside of him. Madden is to the inside of Micah Knapp, and here comes Noah Clifton in the number 3, and our leader is stuck in the outside lane. He's going to lose some time because of that. Adam Lewis is going to get to the inside of him. And here we go. Ryan Madden, Noah Clifton for the 3rd position. Will Madden find a hole to the inside of the 6? He is definitely closing in fast. And we're going to have a battle for the lead here shortly. Josh Crash is still stuck up there. Noah Clifton going for second. Clifton has been in the 4th position a majority of this race. Well, he's going to be in the 2nd position with only 10 laps to go. Not too far behind the number 6 of Josh Crash. He could easily get to the inside of him and take this win away. It's going to be a good battle for the win here in the Southern States 300. 10 laps to go at South Boston. Micah Knapp taking 3rd back from Ryan Madden as they shuffle up front. And these guys are closing in for the lead. Micah Knapp in the number 2, trying to close in on his teammate Noah Clifton. Josh Crash still hanging on to the race lead. He's to the inside of Jordan Lopez, but he's got to be careful and make sure that number 51 does not get back to the inside of him. Colton Yo with an issue. He's down the pit lane. Noah Clifton trying to hang on to the number 6. He's going to get right to the inside of Jordan Lopez as well. The thing for Noah Clifton is he would almost want that 51 to get back by him so he can get to the inside of the number 6. Micah Knapp now to the inside of Jordan Lopez. He's lapping the 51. And Noah Clifton is right on the number 6 here. Will Clifton get to the inside of Josh Crash late in the going here at South Boston and steal the win away? It's 6 laps to go in the Southern States 300. Clifton trying to get the run on the outside lane. He's sticking right with this number 6. Noah Clifton, I do not believe he has ever won before on Napa-Fan. I have no clue. We've had so many winners I can't even keep track anymore. But I do know that Noah Clifton is going for his first win of the season. Josh Crash to the inside of Ryan Kendall. He's going to put him a lap down. Trying to put another lap car in between him and the number 3, but he's not going to be able to do so quite yet. And Clifton's going to get a run to the inside here of the 97. Now, what Josh Crash does not want is for someone like Justin Zidell to get back to the inside of him. If I'm Noah Clifton, I'd let that 5 by and give that 5 another chance at trying to get to the inside of the 6. But Clifton's trying to close in here. And the thing is, got double wide lap traffic in front of Josh Crash. That might slow him up and might allow Noah Clifton to close in. Clifton still has a chance. Lap 58, lap 59 of 60. It's 2 laps to go in the Southern States 300. Josh Crash trying to pull off A very dominating win here at South Boston. It's the white flag. 1 lap to go here in the Southern States 300. Noah Clifton. One last chance. Can he dive to the inside? Yes, he will. But it's not going to be enough. Josh Crash holds on and wins at South Boston. 59 laps led here tonight to take home the win in the Southern States 300. It was close. It was a very hard-fought battle, and we had an accident at the end, I do believe, that brought out the caution. Ryan Madden with heavy damage in the 24, and Dale Salzman might have been caught up in this one. But Josh Crash, the winner here at the South Boston Speedway in a caution-free race. I honestly thought this race was going to have a lot more in it than that. But we still had a pretty good battle near the end, and Josh Crash from the 3rd starting position is going to get it done in the Southern States 300. Noah Clifton came close in the number 3. Just could not hold on, and he's going to finish in the 2nd position. Micah Knapp, Ryan Madden, Eli Bright, Nathan Baird, Alex Mann, Griffin Lynn, Mark Davidson, and Carter Freeze in the top 10. Let me tell you, there's a lot of shuffling deep in the field for this race, and those positions changed like crazy. Jordan Lopez, Ryan Kendall, Justin Zidell, Angel Olvera, Nathan Faden, Cameron Gaju, Colton Yo, all finishing a lap down or more in this one. So it did not work out too well for those guys. You see all the guys back in there in the field, and it was all over the place for this one, except for out front, where Josh Crash led 59 of 60 laps here today in the Southern States 300. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I honestly thought we were going to see a lot more passing up front in this race. But we didn't. But Josh Crash, he definitely put on a very dominating performance here tonight. And he's going to get himself 44 points towards the championship with this win. And a very good win for the number 6 as well, holding off Noah Clifton. If there were a few more laps in this race, Noah Clifton might have had a shot, but just couldn't do it, and it's going to be Josh Crash, the winner, here at SoBo. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Tomorrow morning, it's the STP 500 from the Martinsville Speedway in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. Turkey Hill Series driver Ashlyn Boyd will be leading the field to the green flag in that event, and we'll see if he can become the 2nd winner. That is an uncharted winner in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this season. He and Alex Bonser, they finished right next to each other. It might be those two guys, the first 2 uncharted winners in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series this season. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Josh Crash on his victory here at South Boston. And the next race is going to be next weekend at the Armory Digital Super Speedway. I'm hoping by then I get my computer back so we can have an all-drivers broadcast, and that'll be a fun one. With all the guys who have been commentating so far with me in the Turkey Hills series. We've only done 3 so far, and that's just because of computer issues, but hopefully we get it back here and go ahead and do that for the Armory Digital race. That's actually going to be Saturday morning. It's going to be a day race at the Armory Digital Super Speedway because there is no Chick-fil-A Cup Series race next week, so Turkey Hill Series is going to steal the show tomorrow. Next weekend, excuse me, not tomorrow, next weekend, at the Armory Digital Super Speedway for race 6 of the season. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Here are the points for the Turkey Hill Series. Congratulations to Josh Crash, and I will see you guys later.
Shot from outer space, and as the light